Go.
So welcome to the molecular laboratory, and today I'm going to give you a molecular biology lab tour. So just keep in mind that in a molecular lab, there should be a unidirectional workflow, meaning we work from clean area to dirty area. So what is the clean area? The clean area is where your master mixture agent area is, and the dirty area is where DNA are amplified, meaning your PCR area, your DNA extraction area, and your post-PCR area. No? So kailangan you have to take note of those. And in a molecular lab, we are trying to prevent contamination because any exogenous DNA, meaning DNA that is from the environment or from the person's body, is considered a contamination, and it could cause error in our testing. So molecular lab should be sterile. You should wear a full PPE. So for this purpose, tour lang naman. Okay? So come join me as I tour you to the different sections of the molecular lab. So here where we're standing right now, this is the specimen reception where we could receive the different specimen, and this could also serve as your clerical area. So where you will write down your results and so on. Alright, so follow me. So here, for the first room, I think the really big thing that you could see is our biosafety cabinet class 2A2. Okay? So anyway, itong biosafety cabinet, mahanap mo lang to sa sample preparation area. So when we say sample preparation area, actually, that's a very general term. When you say sample preparation area, in clinical chemistry, it means like separating the blood components to the serum. Tama ba? But when we say sample preparation area in molecular lab, this is your DNA extraction room. Okay? So, para mag-agree tayo lahat, DNA extraction room na lang dito. So, DNA lang po ang ina-extract natin sa University of Baguio. And, ma'am, bakit po may biosafety cabinet? Because this is where we handle our biological hazards, our infectious agents. So, in other rooms of the lab, there's no need for biosafety cabinet because this is the site where your specimen is already inactivated. Okay? Hindi mo na kailangan ng biosafety cabinet sa ibang area. So, Class 2E2, so this is required by your DOH for licensing molecular labs. And it just has the best air velocity. No? Obsolete na daw ang A1. No? A2 na ngayon. So, ano siya? 100 feet per minute ang mga A2. Ayan. So, this is where your DNA extraction happens. So, ang gagamitin natin sa University of Baguio, ang ina-extract natin are bacteria. Yan. So, kaya kailangan may safety cabinet, no? So, these are our reagents which we will use we will extract our DNA. So, guys, alam nyo ba to? So, walang glass test tube sa molecular bio. But we have microcentrifuge tubes. Right? So, pag naka-receive kayo ng ganito, usually it's open. So, ensure it's closed. And don't forget to label. Okay? So, if the teacher asks you to homogenize something, you will use a vortex mixer. Okay? So, simply just apply pressure on the tube and it will homogenize your specimen. Okay? Next, meron tayong minifuge. So, minifuge, this is a small centrifuge. Yan. So, we could quickly centrifugate all our specimen. If you want to separate DNA from the cellular debris, ayan, mag-centrifuge kayo. Ayan, di nakasaksak po ng adapter. Ayan. So, ang advantage nito, it's quick. However, you could not specify the speed make sure it's balanced. And to stop it, just press it like that. Okay, stop. Yeah. So another tube that you could meet in your DNA extraction area are your spin column. Okay? So, ano siya, 2-tier siya, no? So, dito sa area na to, dito kumakapit yung DNA. Okay? So, pag isa-separate mo na yung DNA or extract mo nga siya, you need to isolate it from the other cellular components. So, yung ibang cellular components po, pumunta dito. Okay? Dito nag-attach yung DNA. Ayan. This is a spin column. Okay. Next, this is your dry thermoblock. Yan. Para sa spelling, yan. Dry thermoblock. So this is our incubation area for our micro centrifuge tubes. Try natin. Yan. So, yan. Pag sinabi ng teacher, i-incubate nyo na yung mga tubes nyo. Yan. Diyan nyo po, i-incubate. Okay, so you could change the temperature. So it's set at 56 temperature kasi dyan na-activate yung proteinase K pang DNA extract. Alright. And finally, once we have extracted our DNA, we will assess the quality and the quantity of DNA using your nanospectrophotometer. No, this is a spectrophotometer. So, ano lang, smaller version. So, as you can see, yan, may mga apps. Walang ano dyan, Angry Birds. Mga game ngayon, blocks. No? So, you could assess the quality and the quantity of your DNA. So, ma'am, bakit kailangan i-assess yung quality and quantity of our DNA? Because, the downstream processes will be affected pag ang pangit pala ng DNA extract na nakuha mo, maapektuhan na yung amplification mo, maapektuhan na yung gene electrophoresis mo, yung sequencing mo. So dapat first steps pa lang perfect ka na. You know? So speaking of spectro, 'di ba? Tingnan niyo, may blank. Tapos guys, 3 lang yung wavelength nito. 260, 230, tsaka 280. So, may meaning yung ano nila, proportion nila. Tapos guys, pwede naman gumamit ng cuvette dito dinadrop. Pero sa totoo lang, micro volume lang ginagamit dito sa nanospectrophotometer. Guess, how small of a volume do we drop here? 1 microliter. Diba? 1 microliter. So, ibig sabihin, dapat perfect ka mag-pipette. Kundi, wala ka matetes. Hindi mo na-pipette yung 1 microliter. So here, yan, hindi lang to basta-basta tissue, no? This is Kim wipes. So this is your lens wiper. Dapat ito rin yung ginagamit pang mga lens ng microscope, no? Pero yung budget ng Kim wipes, pang magbayo lang. So once you're done with once you've dropped your DNA, yan, clean it. Yan. Or clean it with water. Ayan, no? Yan. So ito yung mga ito, bacteria genomic DNA extraction kit. So makaka-extract tayo ng plasmids ng DNA ng bacteria. Pwede naman. Ayan, ito may skin column, ganyan. Ayoko na ilabas kasi mako-contaminate. So ayan, iba-ibang buffers, different buffers. Actually, BA, ganyan, boring. Buffer na. So, yan. Makikita nyo yung mga steps ng DNA extraction. Ang haba. Sundan natin. Alright, come here. Now, we're on our next room. Okay? So, this is the master mix reagents. So, master mix area where we combine all the reagents that is used for PCR. We are in our master mix reagent, okay? Master mix area, sorry. So, dito natin i-prepare yung mga reagents to complete our polymerase chain reaction. Okay? So, the components of a PCR, it should have Taq polymerase, it should have nucleotides, it should have primers, magnesium chloride, yon, no? So, ang PCR, guys, ginagaya lang naman niya kung sa in vivo, it's DNA replication, in vitro, it's PCR, no? So, we're just trying to mimic DNA replication outside the body. So, ato, may nucleotides. So, yung nabili namin sa mga ahente, kompleto na to. Yan, meron na tong Taq polymerase, act as a DNA polymerase. Yung construction worker ng new strand. Andito na yung nucleotides, yung mga adenine, cytosine, guanine, thymine. Ayan. So, ito naman yung primer, no? Ito primer natin is 16S rRNA. Huwag kakalimutan yan, ha? So, lahat ng bakterya, mga anak, lahat ng bakterya may 16S rRNA. So, any bacteria that is unknown to you, that you want to identify, we could detect it through your 16S rRNA. Example, you have an indigenous plant sa backyard nyo, no? Na sa area nyo lang nahanap, tapos may nag-grow na colony. Yan. Tapos, syempre, unknown yung bacteria yon, we could test it here, we could amplify its DNA, tapos pwede natin ipa-sequence so that we could identify what's the closest species to that bacteria that we found. Ganun, ha? So, itong mga primers, lab to lab, pwedeng mapalitan, no? Kung example, gusto mong maghanap ng gene that increases the risk of thalassemia, di palitan mo yung primer. Kung gusto mo, ayaw mo ng bacteria, gusto mo ng virus, palitan mo yung primer. Ganun, ha? So, lahat ng PCR laboratory, pareho yung component na to. Dapat may Taq, dapat may nitrogenous bases, may magnesium chloride. Pero ito, kunyari TB yung lab mo, dapat yung primer mo pang TB. Ganun, ha? Gets ba? Okay. Ayan. So, dapat it's in ice. Ito, since ice rin to, these are your reagents for your gel electrophoresis. Doon pa yon, no? Pero kasi nasa ice siya. So that you could visualize your bands in UV light, I'll show you later. Para makita mo siya, kailangan mo ng Ransafe, no? So dati, ethidium bromide ang ginagamit. However, it's cancerous, kaya Ransafe na. Okay? Ito naman, standard natin. I'll show you how standards are used in gel electrophoresis. Alright. So, before we proceed, no? So, this is so dapat bawat area, ideally, dapat merong dedicated pipettes, tsaka pipette tip, no? So, every time you will open a pipette container, dapat i-close nyo rin, no? And do not touch it. So, look at our pipette tip, no? What's special about it? It has, what's this? A filter. So, diba walang filter sa ibang section ng lab? Because, ayaw nga natin ng contamination. So, the aspiration produces aerosol which could contaminate your pipette, no? Kaya, may filter. Yan. So, gagawa ko ng dito, tips ng container for pipette tips. Na? Parang disposal. Alright. So, pagkagamit ng pipette, kailangan isabit muli. Alright. Tapos na tayo dyan sa master mix area. This could be our stock room to store our reagents. Guys, wait lang. Dito sa master mix area, this should be the cleanest area. Okay? Dapat wala pong DNA dito. There's no there should be no contaminant, no? Dapat clean na clean yung prepare ng master mix reagent or else makakontaminate yung PCR na. No? So, some mobile lab has template addition room. So once the medtech has finished making the master mix reagent, ayan, mamaya. Ginawa ulit tayo. Yan. Tuloy ko yung sinabi ko. So, cut yun. Okay. So, once the medical technologist from the master mix area has finished making the master mix, so in a university setting, okay lang to na window lang siya, no? But in a true molecular lab, it's a pass box. Okay? So a pass box is an equipment that allows the medical technologist to pass one product to another area and it sterilize the product before it enters. Ang tawag pass box, P-A-S-S, B-O-X. Sa SLU meron sila, pero di naman nila ginagamit. Kaya okay na yan, window lang. No? So yan, na-receive mo yung master mix reagent. Tapos na daw sila mag-extract ng DNA, kukunin mo na rin, paghahalo mo na dito sa, pwede kasi meron yung ibang room template addition area, no? Pero, hayaan nyo na yun. So, ayan, yung natimpla yung master mix, ilalagay nyo na sa PCR tubes, no? Ayan, ang liliit, no? So, ayan. So, lalagay mo yung master mix reagent mo dyan. Ilalagay mo rin yung extracted DNA or yung template. No? And now, you're ready. So, dapat may vortex mixer rin dito para ma-homogenize mo. So, every time na maka-receive kayo ng tube, please, pakita ko pa. No? Okay. Okay. So, ang tawag dito, guys, no? So, si Carey Muldes, he invented the PCR and he has the equipment which is, this is a thermocycler. Ma'am, bakit thermocycler yung pangalan? So, thermocycler kasi, sinacycle niya lang yung temperature. From 95 degrees to 62 to 72, back to 95, 62, 72. No? So, buksan ko lang to. Ilagay ko lang yung master mix plus the extracted DNA. So, ang ibang term ng DNA extract is template, no? Yan. Kaya pwede mo ilagay kahit saan. Hindi naman niya dinedetect, no? So, the role of your thermocycler is to amplify DNA, no? After the run of this, of usually 40 cycles, average of 40 cycles ang PCR. Alam nyo ba kung ilang amplicon or amplification products ang naproproduce? After 40 cycles, it's 1 trillion copies of DNA. No? Di ba ang konti lang ng DNA? So after mo i-thermocycler, you will have 1 trillion copies. So this is what I'm pertaining to as the dirty area. So a lot of amplicons are produced in this area. So this could be a source of contamination. So once you have set the temperature, happy ka na rin sa time, you could now run it. Ayan. So, 30 seconds sa 90 minutes, sa 95, 30 seconds sa 95, 30 seconds sa 62, and 72. So, basically, itong top 2 highest temperature, this is your denaturation. This middle temperature is your annealing. And this third temperature is your extension. Paulit-ulit lang yung tatlong yan, no? Hanggang matapos yung 40 cycles. So after you're done, the temperature now is 4 degrees Celsius. So stop na lang natin for this
tutorial.
Yan. So, meron din pala tayong autoclave. Actually, autoclave, this is for DNA extraction room. So, i-search anong temperature ng autoclave, pressure, no? And finally, we are now in our post-PCR area. Okay? So, ang final product na maproproduce natin is we want to visualize your DNA bands. Not only that, you want to know the size. No? Kaya may standard akong sinasabi kanina, no? This standard, itong band na to, may size yan. No? So, kung saan nag-migrate yung bands, most probably yun yung size niya. Okay? So, this was group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5, group 6, group 7. Diba sa isang area lang sila nag-land? So, ibig sabihin, magkaka-size yung DNA segments na in-amplify namin. I'll show you another photo. So, it's glowing in the dark because of the run safe. Okay? So, that is a fluorescent stain. Ito naman yung bands, no? These are the samples. So, sa iba't ibang area siya nagland. Tanong ko sa inyo, ano ang mas mabilis migrate? Ang maikling DNA segment or ang mahabang DNA segment? Mas mabilis mag-migrate. Siyempre, yung maikli, no? Yung mga maikling segment. So, I don't know kung saan to nagsimula. Baka dito, no? So, ibig sabihin yung mga malalayo yung migration, maikli yung mga DNA segment na yon. Yung mga hindi masyadong nag-migrate, mahaba yung DNA segment na yun. Yan. So, binubuksan yan. Yan. So, di ba yung itsura nito? It's an agar. Agar yan gawa sa agar yan. I'll show you later kung paano ginagawa. So, yun, ilalagay mo dito yung gel. Yan, close mo. And close it. Yan. 1, 3. So, in your microbiology, isn't it that you use agarose, right? Yung may powder, ganyan. Made from agar-agar, tama seaweed. Tama ba? Ayan. So, yan, magtitimpla kayo rin ng ganon. In microbiology, isn't it that you use hot plate? Here we use microwave. I think in micro, you could use microwave.
Talaga?
Diba? Ang dali kasi, yes. We use microwave to heat it. So, once you have made your agarose gel, you will place your agar here, put buffer, and pipette your sample, and then set up your electrophoresis. So, DNA is negatively charged. Okay? So, it will migrate from this area to red. Because since it's negatively charged, so it will go to the anode, which is positively charged. Ayan. Yun na. The end. Thank you for joining me in our tour. Bye-bye.